Hey guys, welcome back to the Aussie Gooner channel. I know it's been a while. I know I've been a bit here there. Before the World Cup, got a couple of previews out, but you know what? I've been a bit quiet. And look, forgive me, but I've been here, there, everywhere. Life ain't easy, but I'm here right now. And you know what? I'm happy as Larry, and I'm pretty sure every Arsenal fan's happy as Larry right now because we are fucking knocking on doors. We are knocking teams out of the fucking park. Top of the table. Deservedly playing some wonderful football so far. Come up against West Ham, great result. Come against Brighton, wonderful result. Team performances, goals scored in the first, 70 seconds of the first and second half. Odegaard on point. Our players are fucking playing as a fucking team and not as individuals, and that's what's making us dangerous. But you know what? We've got Newcastle round the corner. We've got Newcastle knocking on our door, Everyone else has. We ain't lost but one game, Full squad ready to rumble, bar Gabriel Jesus. Do you know what I mean? Bar Gabriel Jesus. But Eddie Nketiah has come in to the fold and he's taking the opportunity that's been given to him. Seriously. Scored a goal against Brighton. Scored a goal against West Ham. This striker right now has got something to prove, and I hope he continues to prove us wrong. I do not believe that he's going to be our answer to the Jesus issue, but right now, he's knocking on the door. People are answering and he's knocking in goals. But look, guys, for my subscribers, please wait till the end of the vid. I've got a nice little note for you guys. Please watch this till the end. Few things I want to say. But without further ado, I'm going to get into the motherfucking preview. Yeah, I'm going to start swearing straight off the bat. You know what I mean? This is the Rated R content creator. Everyone knows me as the guy who sometimes lets his tongue slip, but I'm from Australia, I ain't going to act like a fake pundit, you see. I ain't going to give you guys the vibes and the feels of fucking, Alan Shearer and Ian Wright talking all eloquently and this and that. I'm talking to you like I would sit down at a pub and discuss football because I want to be comfortable. And I'm pretty sure everybody should be comfortable in their own skin. So I'm going to do it my fucking way. So no fake pundit over here. You know what I mean? You want fake punditry? There's plenty of fucking content creators out there fucking putting on the fucking show for y'all. I'm going to give it to you rough and raw the way I see things. But you know what? Let's get into this. Arsenal, Newcastle, first v third. First v third. And you know what? Both teams coming off some pretty good runs. Arsenal, undefeated. Literally, W. I'm seeing so many W's, man. It's like there's no other letter in the alphabet for Arsenal. You know what I mean? All W's. But Newcastle now. Newcastle are a team, guys, that have been very much impressive. Their takeover has spurred on some belief in their squad. And they've gone on a bit of a roll. Third in the league. They got wins over West Ham. They got wins over Aston Villa, Southampton, Leicester, Chelsea, and just recently drew against Leeds. But Arsenal ain't been no fucking walk in the park. Nottingham Forest, we fucking smashed them up. Chelsea beat them. Wolves, see you later. West Ham, who? Brighton. 4-2. Haha, yeah. And you know what? Top of the league for a reason. Newcastle up there too. But our boys are playing with the same sort of belief. Our players are playing with the never say die attitude. Do you know what I mean? And right now, Newcastle in some good form, coming off a draw. Arsenal coming off what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 game winning streak. 5 games, non-stop. Some on the trot, some at home. You know what? This Arsenal here, this Arsenal right now is making me believe. Making me feel fucking something special that I ain't felt since fucking 2000. These players right now are playing a kind of football, a brand of football that's great to watch, exciting. You know that there's a goal in us. You know that if we go down a goal that we're going to come back into it. But look, let's get right into it. Newcastle are a team that we shouldn't take lightly. Many a team have taken them lightly, but to be perfectly honest, right now, Newcastle are a kind of team that are coming up and they've got nothing to lose this season. They've got everything to prove this season. Do you know what I mean? 9 wins, 3rd position, what is it? Drawn 7, lost 1. Arsenal, we all know the go. 1-14, top of the league, drawn 1, lost 1. You know what I mean? That's a fucking wonderful record. Man City have just dropped points this week against Everton. That gap is getting bigger. Mind that fucking gap. And Arsenal are looking like the real deal. Arsenal looking like a team that could win the league. Did I say? Yeah. We are top of the league for the reason being that we are the most convincing team this season. Arsenal Football Club have been playing the kind of football that many a team would love to play, but haven't been able to play. Manchester City have not been as convincing as Arsenal this season. Our goals are coming from so many avenues. Newcastle should be worried. Martinelli, on point, scoring goals. Eddie Nketiah, 2 from the last 2. Bukayo Saka got himself a goal in the last one. These players right now, just up front, I've got a thirst for goal, and Newcastle got to be careful. Now, I understand that Newcastle have been a team that's been very tight at the back. They haven't had too many goals scored against them. I mean, matter of fact, I can give you guys that stat. But in their last 5, let me have a look. They've conceded, what? 1 goal. And that was against Southampton. Every other game has either been a win with a clean sheet or a draw with a clean. I mean, obviously a draw clean sheet. Arsenal, don't get me wrong, we had goals. We have conceded a few goals, but not as many as you would think. We conceded against West Ham. We did concede against Brighton. Brighton, a great team going forward. There's goals in that game. There are plenty of goals in a game against Brighton for both sides. They don't defend the best, and the way I see it, we took advantage of them nice and quick, and that's exactly what we need to do here. We need to hit Newcastle straight off the bat. Now, I'm not saying we've got to hit the goal. We've got to put the ball into the back of the net in 70 seconds. That'd be great. You know what I mean, you see. Be wonderful. But we need to hit them hard off the bat. We need to press Newcastle. We need to assert ourselves into this game. We need to let Newcastle know that, yeah, you guys have bounced. You got new owners. Your manager's looking like he's going to be fucking sticking around for a little bit longer now. But we are Arsenal. We are top of the league for a reason. We ain't no pushover. Every team that's come over has got pushed over. The only team that hasn't been pushed over is going to get fucked, if you know what I mean. But look, guys, the predicted lineups that I have for Newcastle, yeah? I'm going to pop them up on the screen very soon. Newcastle, Arsenal, Newcastle, my predicted lineups. Now, look, I don't see too many changes. In my opinion, I think both teams are going to be going with very similar lineups to previous games. Both teams have got strengths going forward. I think Arsenal have got a stronger midfield. Get ready for it, guys. Okay, predicted lineups. Here we are. We got Newcastle. We've got Arsenal. We've got Newcastle. Now, look. Arsenal are not going to change too much. Arsenal not going to be changing too much. We don't have that much depth off the bench. Now, ESR is back, and it would be nice to see maybe an injection of Emil Smith-Rowe later in stages in this game, but I don't see him starting. I honestly see Zinchenko starting this game with Gabriel, William Saliba, and I'm hoping William Saliba is going to maybe knock off some of that ring rust, that football rust that he's got at the moment. I mean, that goal that he kind of allowed for Brighton was a little bit of a shock. Do you know what I mean? Unlike him, you know what I mean? More of a Gabriel moment for him, but to be perfectly honest, we'll let that one slide. Since we got the win, we can't see more of that from our defenders. But Saliba will be starting because no one else is going to be taking that position over him. On the right, you know it, the one and only Ben White. Ben White, a player who has been playing right back for Arsenal since the start of this season, a centre-back playing the right back position. And you know what? He has improved every single game that he's played. Balls into the box. He's overlapping run with Saka. He's covering on the right-hand side. He's also got a great partnership with Saliba. It's wonderful to watch. In front of them, we're going to see Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka. No changes. You don't stuff with something that ain't broken. Granit Xhaka, Thomas Partey, Martin Odegaard. Who is going to be key to this game? Our midfield is going to be where the game is won and lost. Partey, Xhaka, you understand, here, and Odegaard are going to be key to winning this game for Arsenal. That midfield battle is key. I mean, don't get me wrong. We've got Joe Willock, Guimaraes, and Longstaff. I think our midfield is stronger than Newcastle's. And this is where the battle, for supremacy is going to be, right? And as you can see, Martinelli, Saka, and Eddie Nketiah finishing off Arsenal's starting line. Moving on, guys, you can see Newcastle, if you haven't already seen it, but I haven't popped up, but whatever, right? Joel Linton, Wood, Almiron, a scary player. A kind of guy who is like born again since this takeover. Honestly, we've woken something. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for this. A bit of a muddle up. Something has been woken in Almiron that hopefully will go to sleep against Arsenal. Now, they did draw against Leeds, and I'm hoping this will continue, right? Again, as I mentioned, Longstaff, Guimaraes, who's been fucking influential, Almiron, Guimaraes, and ex-Arsenal, Mr. Willock himself in the midfield, who has had a pretty good season thus far. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that we can put these guys off their game. They're going to be coming, knocking on our door, and I'm hoping we can knock them out of the park, especially in the middle of the park, especially when it comes to middle of the park. We control that midfield. We control this game completely. We need to continue to do what we've been doing so far. Now, look, up the back, you can see Kieran Trippier, a great signing from Newcastle, in form, great player. He has been, he's an injury-prone player. Hopefully this guy, for Newcastle's sake, is fit. For us, I hope he's a little bit off the pace because he is a dangerous player, Kieran Trippier from the back. He's got a goal in him and a free kick like you won't believe. Shah, Botman, Byrne, and in goal, the experienced Nick Pope. You look at the lineups, guys. You think to yourself, you know what? Newcastle ain't no pushover. No big names on that pitch, right? No big names. But no walk in the park either. These guys are coming together as a team. There's another team that's coming together as a team. That is Arsenal. Arsenal are a team that are playing expansive football, attractive football, and are playing a kind of football that's dominating games. When we lose a ball, we are quick to transition into defense, quick to recover that ball, and quick to come into another phase of attack. Now, this is wonderful to watch. It's not slow. It's not lethargic. It's quick. It's trick. It's very much Wenger-esque. I'm watching Zinchenko do bits on that left-hand side. I'm wishing he'd be a little bit better defensively. But he's tracking runs through the middle of the park and then continuing his run down the middle. And in some cases, becoming the number 9, right, are going to get him into tricky positions for Arsenal. We just got to make sure that we don't get exposed with Almiron on that side. We've got to be careful. Zinchenko likes going forward, right? And I know Xhaka likes to come and cover him on the back. But Almiron is a player that we cannot take lightly. Many teams have, and many teams have paid. Plain and simple. I think Zinchenko can continue his runs, but he's got to be a little bit wary here. You know what I mean? Maybe not too far forward, Zinchenko. Please. Ben White, been great so far. I think more of the same from Ben White. Saliba needs to wake up a little bit. I think he's been a little bit rough and raw. Now, look, guys, I'm going to look at the key battles and the key players in this game. Now, I've been looking at Arsenal Football Club at the moment. I'm looking at the midfield in this game, and I think the midfield is where the game is going to be won and lost. Now, I'm looking at the key players in the midfield. Who is going to shine? Who is going to make a difference? Now, I was thinking maybe a bit of Granit Xhaka, but you know what? I think in this game, it's going to be a battle. A battle between Martin Odegaard and Guimaraes. Now, I'm going to drop them on there, and we're going to get into the ins and outs of these plays. Key players, guys, check it out. Guimaraes has got himself 3 goals and 3 assists this season. This guy has been an absolute, mate, how can I say, a godsend for Newcastle. A lot of his work rate is high. His possession, his strength on the ball is phenomenal. He's also wide awake. You know what I mean? He's looking up once, he's looking up twice, he's looking up 3 times, making sure where the players are so he can put in a quick pass to Almiron. You know what I mean? And this is the kind of player that we need to be careful of. 3 goals per match, 0.21. I honestly am worried about this guy. This is a player that Arsenal wanted, don't forget, and couldn't get. He moved to Newcastle because I think he loved the plan of a new team with lots of money. You know what I mean? And maybe a chance for, becoming a legend at Newcastle United. Now, look, to be perfectly honest, this is the kind of guy that, he's 720 passes. Passes per match, 51.43. This guy's busy. He's in the midfield, though. He is in the midfield. He's not mucking about, but. Now, I'll move over to Martin Odegaard. His stats speak for themselves. He's in the best team in the Premier League right now. He is their starting number 10. Wearing the number 8. And there's a reason why his stats look a lot better than Guimaraes. 7 goals, 5 assists, 0.47 goals per match. Martin Odegaard ain't here mucking around. We wanted goals from the midfield, and we're getting them from Odegaard, Xhaka, and Partey from time to time. 648 passes. 43 passes per match. Big chances created? 10. Guimaraes, 2. Guys, the cross accuracy, the through balls, pretty much the same. The two players playing in the same sort of position, right, where we wanted Guimaraes over Odegaard. Odegaard is looking like, how can I say it? Maybe more bang for our buck. More of our money's worth here. And I hope Odegaard can come in and show Newcastle what he's capable of. I want him not to disappear, guys. These two players here are going to be key to winning or losing this game for both Newcastle and Arsenal. Plain and simple. We need to battle in the midfield. We need to be strong. We need to assert ourselves. That midfield, much like it was against Brighton, needs to show its class. Partey doing what Partey does best. Recovering ball. Playing it forward. Xhaka, distribution. Odegaard, getting into goal-scoring opportunities. Creating goal-scoring opportunities. Or getting into goal-scoring positions. That's what I need from Odegaard. That midfield, if it controls this game the way I think it can, this game could get blown out of proportion. There's goals in this game if Arsenal play the way that they can. Newcastle haven't conceded many a goal, but Newcastle haven't really played many a big team. Aston Villa, Southampton, Chelsea, Leicester, and Leeds. Now Leeds, yes, they're high-flying, but Leeds are a kind of team that can concede numerous goals. Leicester, out of form. Chelsea, who? Southampton, seriously. They're our bogey team, but seriously. How many goals are going to score against you? Aston Villa? Come on. Before Unai Emery. You know what I'm saying? Stevie Gerrard at the wheel. So the way I see it here, yes, they've had a good run of form. Yes, there hasn't been too many goals scored against Newcastle, but they haven't played tough teams. Now, don't get me wrong, Arsenal, look at us. Brighton, a team that loves going forward. West Ham, no pushovers. Wolves, you know what I mean? Chelsea, again, who cares? Nottingham Forest, well, we destroyed Nottingham Forest. Guys, this is a game that Arsenal can control. This is a game that we can win. Seriously. My opinion in this game, right now, what I think is going to happen, my prediction, 3-1 to Arsenal. I'm very confident that we're going to get this win. Almiron's going to score. I think Odegaard, Martinelli, and Nketiah are going to be our goal scorers in this game. I think there's going to be goals distributed amongst those three players. I think Nketiah is going to score one more time. I think he is hungry to prove a point and to get goals to get goals to his name. What can I say? Guys, tell me what you think. Do you guys agree with the goal scorers? I think for Newcastle, it'll be Almiron, but I don't think they'll score another. I think it'll be Almiron, and that'll be it. I think Willock will struggle. I think Guimaraes will struggle. I think we're going to take the game to these players. We need to press them. We can't allow them 2 seconds on the ball. We need to get a little bit physical in this game, especially with Guimaraes and Willock. These two players, I want them off their game. I want to bump them. I want to argy-bargy them. Take them off their game. Get them a bit upset. That's going to be our key in this game. And guys, I was saying to my subscribers, I know this has gone for a bit of a long time. I didn't get to wish you guys that Happy New Year's and Merry Christmas that I wanted to, but I also didn't get to thank you guys for your continued support of this channel. It is growing ever so slowly. And look, I have dropped off a few subscribers. Unfortunately, what do you do? Now, I'm just a guy just like you guys. You get me? No, nothing special. I'm an Arsenal fan from Australia that understands the game here and there and everywhere. You know what I mean? I watch a lot of different teams, but I do watch Arsenal because, as you can see, well behind me, you can see I'm an Arsenal fan. But I do appreciate you guys hanging around. I do appreciate your comments, your likes, and subscribes. And your shares. Please share the content. Let's see if we can grow this channel a little bit more. It'll be wonderful. But I really appreciate everything you guys have done for me and this channel over the years. And I did do an Instagram live not long ago. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, by all means, it went for 55 minutes, but we were talking football, a bit of back and forth, this and that. And I will be doing more Instagram lives. So if you guys want to check me out on Instagram, you guys will check me out there from time to time, and I'll be doing lives from time to time. So that way you guys can interact with me. I am working on getting this channel live, but unfortunately with life the way it was, it kind of hit a bit of a stumbling block. But I will be going live ever so soon. Guys, from the Aussie Gooner, honestly, thank you very much for your support. I hope 2023 is going to be exactly what Arsenal fans want to see and what you guys want. I wish you guys all the best this year. You get what I'm saying? And I hope you guys can continue to support this channel like you guys have. And from the Aussie Gooner, it's Uru, guys. Uru.